Greetings. In the previous video, we looked at how to install and set up Pocketbase. Then we explored the Pocketbase dashboard and what it has to offer. And in this video, we'll be continuing by looking at Pocketbase Collections. Collections are basically the tables that you would have in your SQLite database. Pocketbase offers three types of collections. We can see them by going into New Collection, and we can select the type. The base type is your typical SQL database where you can have different fields, but there are special types of collections. For instance, we have an auth collection, which provides additional fields that are used for authentication and authorization. And we have a special type of view collection, which allows us to set a custom query to perform things like data aggregation or whatever we may need. Okay, so we've already encountered the two of the types of collections: users, which is an auth collection, and posts, which is the base collection. And I've created a view collection called user post counts. Let's have a look at that. And this is a query. We just map the users to the number of posts that they've made. And we can see that we have the results set here. Well, let's have a look at what the API requests might look like. So it would be user post counts. And we see the items there. Okay, so that's basically it for the types of collections that we have in Pocketbase. And now we'll explore how we can query these collections and add data to them. Okay, so let's start from this collection. So we have a user field, which is a relation to the user's collection. And we can expand it by saying expand equal user, and we get the additional information. We can also filter fields. Filter. Okay, so let's say name equals Kelvin. I think this needs to be in quotes. We can also use the tilde operator to perform a like operation. We can also sort records. So we can say sort equals, what do we want to sort by? Created. Okay, so the problem here is that there isn't a created field on this collection. So let's use the posts collection. By default, it sorts in ascending order, but if we want descending order, we can add a minus symbol to it. So now the first item is the last record that was created. Okay, so that's how you can fetch the records in a collection, but in an actual application, we might also want to create some records. So let's have a look at how we might go about doing that. So I'll use the Postman HTTP client. So let me make sure that I can fetch this record. Okay, so the record was fetched successfully. Okay, so let's first try updating the record. So the current content is this is the fifth post. So let's edit it to say this is the edited post. So we need to make it a patch operation, and it accepts a JSON payload. Okay, and we'll say content. Okay, so this should be all we need. So let's send. And let's double check in the browser. Okay, and we see that it was updated. Okay, we can also delete posts. Let's try that. So let's switch to delete. It doesn't return any data in the response. Let's check in the browser. Okay, we see that the fifth post is gone. So that is how you perform basic operations with collections. In a subsequent video, we'll look at authentication and how we can write API rules to perform authorization for our API routes. So that's it for this topic. Thank you for watching.